What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So first off, I apologize for not streaming on Saturday. I ended up having to go do something I totally forgot about. I promised all you guys I was going to stream, and then just some things happened, so I apologize. But we are getting into the offseason of the NBA, and I don't think I've done a Timberwolves rebuild on 2K21 yet. I might be wrong, but I don't think I have. So I kind of want to do a little bit of a video with the Timberwolves where we trade the #1 pick for a star, because there's been some talks and ramblings about the Timberwolves potentially wanting to trade this pick instead of drafting, potentially Anthony Edwards or LaMelo. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Leave a like in the video, subscribe if you haven't already. We are so close to 15,000 subs. We greatly appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. Let's get into the rebuild though. Hire Dylan Green to be our head coach. I'm pretty sure Ryan Saunders, I almost said the late great Flip Saunders, was going to be our coach, but Ryan Saunders, I assume, is still going to be the coach for the Timberwolves. I don't think that's a vacant opening. If he's still on the game, I'll get him back, but I'm not sure. Yep, there he is. So I'm just going to sign him back because he is the Timberwolves coach in real life, I believe. So we're going to go ahead and grab him. And then I'm just going to keep the staff the same for this first offseason. That way, we can just go straight to the draft. So draft night with the #1 pick here, I kind of want to, obviously, like I said, we're going to trade this pick, and then we're going to see what we get for it. So I'm going to just offer the #1 pick straight up. So here's our first offer. Josh Richardson, Matisse Thybulle. Not going to do that. Laurie Markin, Daniel Gafford, Colin Sexton, Kevin Porter. I don't like any of these trades so far. Jaylen Brown, that's an okay one. Definitely wouldn't mind taking on Jaylen Brown. Brandon Clark, Clint Capella, Tyler Herro. The third pick, and we get Cody Martin. I mean, what's the point of that? I'm not doing that. De'Aaron Fox, Mitchell Robinson, Jonathan Isaac, Michael Porter, TJ Warren, Hayes, Rose, White, Mikal. The second pick, and we get our first round pick, and Rui Hachimura. So I'm not loving any of these offers. So if I were to throw James Johnson with the offer as well, we get a guy like Ben Simmons offered to us. Okay, that's interesting. Zach LaVine, Jaylen Brown again. So Jaylen Brown was the best offer. We can get Bam Adebayo, De'Aaron Fox. By the way, this isn't going to be realistic by any means, so I'm just going to go ahead and just take whatever's best for me. Devin Booker. I would love to do this, and it makes a lot of sense, but I feel like every Timberwolves rebuild I've done the past like 2 times, getting Devin Booker is the obvious choice, and I kind of don't want to do that today. So instead, I think I am going to take on Ben Simmons, because there was some talks about potentially the 76ers trading Ben Simmons to the Timberwolves for the first pick, which I don't think would happen. And there's also some talks right now about how the Rockets want to trade everything but James Harden for Joel Embiid. Can you imagine a backcourt of Ben Simmons and Russell Westbrook? How terrible would that be, bro? That wouldn't even make sense. Obviously, goes up to a 92. We already have D'Angelo Russell, the point guard. So now we have a big three of Karl-Anthony Towns, Ben Simmons, D'Angelo Russell. I'm definitely vibing with that. I love that a lot. And I'm definitely loving the trade we just made. So yes, we traded the #1 pick, and now we have Ben Simmons on the roster instead of possibly drafting like Edwards or LaMelo, which, I feel like is a good route for the Timberwolves to take. But if you can get a star that's worth it for that #1 overall pick, why not? Might as well go for it, right? I don't think Ben Simmons will be available. I feel like the 76ers are going to do everything they can to keep Embiid and Simmons now together just because they hired Doc Rivers. I could totally be wrong, and they go ahead and trade one of those guys, but I don't know, man. I just don't see it. So I'm going to go ahead and take Patrick Williams with the 17th pick, though, and we're vibing. So we got Patrick Williams coming in, 75 overall, could definitely be a backup. Qualifying offers, Malik Beasley, I think, is going to be a huge player that the Timberwolves are going to want to re-sign. I don't know how much he's going to be worth on the market, but I want him back. I don't really want Keelan Martin back, but these three I definitely wouldn't mind getting back. They got Juancho and Malik Beasley at the trade deadline. I assume they would definitely want to re-sign those two pieces, especially Malik Beasley, who did some nice things for them after they traded for him. He wants $16 million, which I'm not sure if he's going to be worth that. I'll probably wait and see what the market value is at. Like, if a team wants to offer him $16 million, and I have to match it, because right now we don't have a shooting guard, so maybe I will have to do that. But we have a Kogi and Culver at the small forward spot, and we just drafted Patrick Williams, which actually, now that I think about it, probably wasn't a good move, because I don't realize how many small forwards we freaking had, and yeah, that's all right though. So Amari Spellman, I usually do this with the Timberwolves, and I'm going to do it every time. I'm going to move Amari Spellman to the power forwards just because we don't really need him as a backup center. We have also Naz Reid, which I don't know if he's going to be anything special for the backup center. I'm probably maybe send him to the G League for this year and sign a backup center. Amari Spellman, I don't necessarily want him starting, but we'll see what we can do. So I kind of want to go ahead and trade our small forward depth, because we don't need this many small forwards, obviously. So I just drafted Patrick Williams, so I feel like I could probably throw Glenn Robinson and a Kogi. I don't know if I want to give up on Culver just yet. So I meant to throw a Kogi in this trade as well. So if I get a 4 out of this, that would be definitely amazing. Or we get a shooting guard, Duncan Robinson, Alfred Payton. A 4 or a shooting guard is definitely what I'm looking for. Or even a backup center, I guess wouldn't hurt either. Ish Smith, a first round pick. So I feel like the best trade to do here is obviously the Duncan Robinson one. So we're going to do that. So we're going to get ourselves a backup shooting guard or a starting shooting guard in Duncan Robinson. But I think I want Malik Beasley being that starter if we can get him to be that. And then I'm going to look for our power forward. We got Dario Saric out here, who was on the Timberwolves. Usually I go with a guy like Markieff Morris just because he can shoot threes. And you know what? We'll sign and do a deal. And then for a backup center, if we can get like a guy like Mason Plumlee, I'm definitely vibing with that. But for some reason, we'd have to. So I'd rather have Markieff Morris than to renounce Malik Beasley for Mason Plumlee. And Malik Beasley does get an offer for 2 years, $27 million. I'm going to go ahead and match it. And now we can get our backup center. And I guess Kyle Quinn. I don't know if I might just let Naz Reid get those backup minutes. But for now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're kind of vibing with the lineup we have. I think we're set and ready. Oh, we also got Juancho and Jordan McLaughlin back, which is huge. So I really like our team thus far. I think the rotation can look really clean with Simmons, Joel Embiid, not Embiid, Simmons, Towns, and D'Angelo Russell leading the way. I'm vibing with what we got so far. I've said vibing way too much in this video thus far, though, so I need to stop that. So the 9-man rotation we're going to be running is D'Angelo Russell, Duncan Robinson, Ben Simmons, Amari Spellman, Karl-Anthony Towns, Malik Beasley, Jordan McLaughlin, Jarrett Culver, and Juancho. I really like our lineup. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go ahead and probably send Patrick Williams to the G League as well. And is Naz Reid getting those backup center minutes? He is not. So I'm going to go ahead and send Naz Reid to the G League as well, because there's no point of having him, you know, not play any minutes and not developing. So I really like this. I like this a lot. I honestly wouldn't mind starting Malik Beasley over Duncan Robinson, but since the coach wants to do what he wants, I guess I'll sit back as a general manager and I won't step in. So we'll go ahead, simulate the rest of the season, and let's see how we finish out after trading for Ben Simmons. This season we go 49-33, which isn't terrible. I like that a lot. This will be the first time we made the playoffs since Jimmy Butler was on the Timberwolves, obviously, which was it 2017, I think now, but I could be wrong about that exact year. LaMelo Ball, rookie of the year on the 76ers. That would be an interesting sight to see. I feel like, I don't know if LeVar would love that or hate that, but we got 6th man of the year going to Dennis Schroeder, business player going to Anthony Davis, and Zion's most improved, Mike Malone, coach of the year. So I'm really happy with the 49-33 record. Obviously, we can only get better. Towns, All-NBA first team, you love to see that. All-NBA second team, Russell Westbrook makes it still, which is nice. And All-NBA third team, well, I don't know why I'm specifically talking about Russell Westbrook. I think just because I was talking about him earlier. But regardless, we are the 5th seed in the West going up against the Los Angeles Lakers, who just came off winning the championship, obviously. So 30 points and 13 rebounds, 23 from D'Angelo Russell and 18 from Ben Simmons. So the spacing obviously isn't great with Ben Simmons out there, but we all know D'Angelo Russell can shoot. Towns can definitely shoot if you need him to. Malik Beasley. So like, there's plenty of shooters around Ben Simmons, so I'm not too upset. And I feel like Ben Simmons is going to start shooting threes next year more often than not. I feel like it's got to happen sometime. Like, you know, LeBron did it, so Simmons, you got to do it too. But now we're playing the Lakers, who have quickly Caruso, LeBron, AD, still Angelo McGee, and Kyle Kuzma is still on the team, which I assume Kyle Kuzma will be traded this offseason. I feel like the Lakers are definitely going to do everything in their power to get a 3rd star after re-signing Anthony Davis, of course. Well, let's see how we match up against the Los Angeles Lakers in this first round. We're going to simulate current round, and I'm gonna say Timberwolves in 6 here. And no, we sweep them in 4. So that's a upset. Technically, if you want to call a 4 and 5th seed an upset, and now we're playing the Denver Nuggets. Jamal Murray, Gary Harris, Michael Porter, Jeremy Grant, Nikola Jokic, Bol. So yeah, you got Bol on your roster. We're probably screwed here, but I'm going to say Timberwolves in 6, and we beat them in 7. Okay, so we are already on to the Western Conference Finals as a 5th seed in the West. And we're playing the 6th seeded New Orleans Pelicans. So, wow, we could potentially make the NBA Finals after trading our #1 pick, which is really nice. We got Lonzo, Halliburton, Ingram, Zion, Hayes, and Drew Holiday to deal with, though. So I'm going to go game by game here just because I think this will be a tough matchup. We do win game 1, though, so we're off to a great start. Game 2 goes to them. Game 3 goes to us. Okay, can we take the 3-1 lead, though? Yes, we can. And are we already going to make the NBA Finals first season? That is insane. So after trading our #1 pick away, potentially drafting LaMelo Edwards, instead we get Ben Simmons, and boom, we're in the NBA Finals. That's what I'm talking about. You can't draw it up any better. We're playing the second seeded Brooklyn Nets, who have Kyrie, LeVert, Durant, Prince, Jordan. So the Nets didn't make any trades for a 3rd star, which we all know the Nets will probably be doing that in this offseason. I don't think Karis LeVert is a net pass this offseason. I just don't see it happening. I feel like the dude is going to be traded. I feel like he could, you know, be better anywhere, like somewhere else anyway, not playing behind Kevin Durant and Kyrie, because he did play decently well for the Nets down the stretch. But here we go. Yeah, let's see if we can beat this team. I don't know if we're gonna be able to beat Kevin Durant and Kyrie. You just never know. So game 1 goes to the Brooklyn Nets. Game 2 goes to us. Okay, so that's a good. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to us. Okay. We've only been recording for 11 minutes and we're already champions, bro. Well, all we had to do was trade the #1 pick for Ben Simmons, and here we are. We are the champions. Karl Towns is your finals MVP. That's what I'm talking about. Let's keep going. I mean, there's no reason to stop. So league meetings, we haven't been recording that long. So I'll probably do another season, at least another season, if not another 2 seasons. So when you look at the draft lottery, we don't have any picks here, obviously, so I'm not going to worry about it. But the Knicks end up with the #1 pick. If the Knicks are still making the lottery in 2022, Knicks fans, I apologize. But here we go. Staff signing. Ryan Saunders is going to stay. I mean, I don't know if I should change the staff after what we just did. So I'm going to fire Sean, or I'm going to hire Sean Navarro. I feel like I should hire a better assistant, but regardless, we just won a championship. So what kind of GM would I be to fire my staff? I'm going to leave this same. Let's go to the NBA draft now. And we do have, okay, we don't have a pick. I feel like it goes to the Warriors this year because of the D'Angelo Russell trade, obviously. Williams is coming back from the G League. Malik Beasley, Naz Reid. I feel like this team is going to be even nastier next year. And for some reason, Chris Silva is on our team as well. Have no idea where he came from, but hey, here he is. Player options. We have Jarrett Culver, Amari Spellman coming back, and Jacob Evans. We can decline his team option, which unfortunately I probably will. But free agency, we got Duncan Robinson and Jordan McLaughlin as free agents. And then moratorium day. Obviously, we're not going to go out there and sign LeBron, Anthony Davis, or Kawhi, or Giannis. But, you know, Trae Young's out here as well. But we're not big factors here in free agency. We just came off a championship. So we're obviously spending a lot of money on the roster. So D'Lo, Malik Beasley, and then we have 3 small forwards, 2 power forwards, and a center. So we're still good. So the front court's great. I guess the back court could just use some improvement as far as backups. So I think Duncan Robinson is definitely a guy I want back. So I'm going to go ahead and offer Duncan Robinson his contract. And unfortunately, it's going to get matched into a qualifying offer, which I hate how it does that. But it's still there in 2K. So Doug McDermott, we don't really need anything else, do we? I feel like we're set. We're set in stone, bro. We don't really need to do anything else. Nothing crazy needs to happen here. And McLaughlin also comes back, which is another W. So we got our backup point guard back and Jordan McLaughlin. Nice. Training camps. Let's go try to use these to our advantage. Let's go. And let's see. So 2022, we'll load that in. And then player or training camps. We're going to throw some untapped potential at Patrick Williams coming from the G League. I'm going to throw some at Jarrett Culver as well. So Patrick Williams, Jarrett Culver. I'm also throw this last one at Naz Reid. I feel like that's how you say his name, right? They just say Naz Reid in this game, but I feel like his full name is Naz Reid, I think, if I'm saying that correctly. But when we look at the rotation, we have D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley starting now, Ben Simmons, Spellman, Karl Towns, Culver, Williams, Naz Reid, and Duncan Robinson. So we don't even have McLaughlin in the rotation, which is fine. We're 3.5 star at balance still. I feel like this is going to be another year we could possibly win a championship. This could be a year where we don't. I feel like we'll definitely be in the playoffs, though. So let's go ahead and see how our second season goes. So at the end of the season, Karl Towns is your most valuable player this time. So 29 and 12. Cade Cunningham, Rookie of the Year. Theo's your 6-man, 80 defensive player. McDaniels the most improved, and Ryan Saunders wins Coach of the Year as we go 56 and 26. So we're the first seed in the West this time around. We go to the player stats. We had 29 from Towns, 23 from D'Angelo Russell, and 17 from Ben Simmons. 11, 10, and 10. You know what, guys? If I somehow win a championship 2 years in a row, call me Hoodie Crush. You know how they used to call Mellow Hoodie Mellow? Call me Hoodie Crush right now, because I'm the best rebuilder on the planet when I'm wearing a hoodie right now. So my current round, we're absolutely killing it already. We swept the Phoenix Suns. I probably should have shown what their rosters look like. I'm getting a little too ahead of myself. So Aiden, Booker, Porter's on the Suns. Okay, that's interesting. And then we played the Clippers as well. So let's see what the Clippers look like now that Kawhi's probably gone. They have Anthony Davis, Landry Shamet. So yes, they lost Kawhi and Paul George, but I guess they got Anthony Davis out of it. I doubt that would actually happen. Playing the Memphis Grizzlies now have Ja, Melton, LeBron. Okay. I ain't scared though, and we beat them in 7, and now we're playing the Brooklyn Nets, who we beat last year. Kyrie, LeVert, Durant, Celia, Jarrett Allen, Dinwiddie. This roster is relatively the same, and we sweep them 4-0. Hoodie Crush in the building. Let's go, baby. 4-0. Karl Towns, your Finals MVP. I feel like it's only right we go for the three-peat, right? I feel like it's only right. So let's go ahead, one more season, see if we can get the three-peat to end off the video. So this season we go on to win 61 games. So we don't get an MVP from Karl Towns this time. But here I am for my three-peat, 29, 23, 15, 14, and 11. We have turned the Minnesota Timberwolves here into a dynasty. So we're playing LeBron James in the first round. We sweep them. Playing the Denver Nuggets, who have Jamal, Tyrese Maxey, Will Barton, Covington, and Jokic. I feel like this should be whoa, bro, we're just so good right now. So it looks like LeBron leaves LA and Kawhi goes to the other LA team, and Drummond is also here as well. Wow, we lost in 6 to that team. Okay, and now we got the repeat. Miami versus Los Angeles Lakers NBA Finals, and the Lakers go on to win the championship. And Kawhi was his this will be his 3rd championship with this 3rd different team. Regardless, we didn't get the three-peat, but guys, I'm still hoodie crush out here, bro. We still won 2 in this video. I'm very happy with how the production went. Should the Timberwolves trade the #1 pick, or should they just draft Anthony Edwards? That's the question of the day. Leave it down in the comment section below. But for now, definitely leave it a like if you enjoyed. With this Crushables, I'm saying peace.